I heard you like video games, kid. I heard you like Bloodborne. Yet it doesn't have a PC port. Why is that? Does Sony hate us? The answer is yes. Sony hates us. So, we don't have Bloodborne. But we do have a Max0r video. That's right. We're currently checking out Max0r today. So, I hope you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment down below to feed the algorithm quads. Check out the original video linked in the description below. Please support him. Okay? Because it stimulates your brain, the edits he does, and they're very good. So support him, but support me too, Shoddy. I upload every single day here on this channel, so stick around. And the code word for today, so I know you didn't skip the intro, is blood. Blood. Yeah. Let's get into it.
The video has spoilers. Bloodborne is a Lovecraftian horror RPG that no one understands by definition, where the player is free to attack hordes of human children at will and consume their innards. If that
Give. Let me consume innards. Give. No? Sorry, what? You heard something? Is that not what we're doing? I thought that's what we're doing. Is that not what we're doing?
depth and engaging anti-baby gameplay appeals to you. Keep listening, because it gets worse. In this game, you play as John Bloodborne, a foreigner incapable of speech without the use of sign language, and stricken with Habsburg disease, comes to the ancient city of London, seeking treatment for the sins of his cousins. In doing so, he will begin hallucinating talking dolls, spider people, and the great people. Journeying further, John Bloodborne becomes conscripted into the service of a gay elder god and the 60-year-old man he keeps as a pet, and is given.
Now hear me out. After we learned the lore of Bloodborne from the vtuber video, that motherfucker's spitting. Okay? I'm gonna be real with you. Max0r is spitting right now. This shit kind of heat. Wait a second. He's cooking.
Given the ultimate task of killing an invisible infant in order to cure his anemia. To accomplish said Herculean task, the player must journey through dark forests, terrifying nightmares, and the meth-ridden alleyways of a post-Brexit Britain, slaying monsters, exploring, and tricking women into being impregnated by gods so you can consume the child. This
Okay, but isn't that just Chronos pilled? Because, right? Because that motherfucker popped out. He got some babies. Then he start eating the motherfucking babies. So, yeah. All right.
This game is an excellent realization of a Metroidvania.
I eat all my children, says someone in chat. You have bro 666 in your name. You don't get laid. Stop lying. You have to have sex to have children. You haven't done that. Stop it. Okay? No.
New around every corner, a great action RPG which pits you against insurmountable odds and extreme challenges, and has a gripping story and lore about discovering the eldritch truth. So if you can, play it yourself, because I'm not going to hold back on the details. It's no secret that my reviews are entertainment first, so I don't suggest using me as genuine advice.
Yay! Entertainment first!
However, most people can't play this game, ever, because you have to buy a $400 magical box sold by the wizard Sony in order to experience it. And even then, you get to see it in an amazing 30 frames per second with no anti-aliasing. Put this game to PC, I beg of you. In fact,
please port this game to PC. I want to play it so fucking bad. Them sitting on this IP is insanely fucking psycho. Them sitting on this IP is so stupid. There's currently people trying to emulate it right now, which is cool. But like, fuck, man.
I can assume that a lot of people watching this video will basically never play the game, but keep watching because I'm hilarious and original. Do that, and I can give you a full, unfiltered, uncensored, unsubstantiated, and unsportsmanlike experience that is Bloodborne.
know my friends has a song in their opening intro for their videos.
The easiest way to describe it is simple but complicated. On a simple level, your baby brain is responsible for only 2 tasks, dodging and hitting. And dodging in this game renders you temporarily invincible. Sounds easy, right? Wrong. Because every single enemy is adjusted to keep pace with you. Basic enemies are basically able to whoop your ass into fucking non-existence. Every encounter, therefore, is tense and engaging. When you kill...
Okay. Even the small issues can kill you. Honestly, that just reflects real life, shoddy. I'm gonna be real. You know what? Have you ever just like... Have you ever wanted to like make toast a little bit faster? So you turn up the heat, but you're gonna like pop it out and hit the cancel button, right? So that you still get the toast the way you want it, but you want it a little faster because you're on the go. But then you like go to pour some juice or something. And then like you forget to hit the cancel and then it's burnt. And then you start questioning your fucking life. Like, how am I such a fuck up? And you start internally monologuing how you fucked this up. And you like hate yourself. Right? And it's a minor inconvenience. You know what I'm saying? It's a small thing. Like little mobs in a video game. But it can really kick the fuck out of your morale for the day. All right?
Someone is because you were faster and had more meth than they did. On a complicated level, you have a gun, and normally bullets hurt people, but in London, bullets are a suggestion, like the Geneva Convention. Here in England, it's all about the knife bins. Except when you shoot somebody mid-attack, you gain the mystical and arcane ability to plunge your fist through their ribcage like Mortal Kombat. It's considered rude and a slight annoyance. This extends to behind them if you charge an attack, which sometimes causes you to reach up a pig's asshole and rip out the prostate like fruit by the foot. Side note, the most optimal farming route for currency in this game is called Murgo's Pig.
Alicia, don't say it. Alicia, don't say it. Fisting the pig is what I call when I fuck your mom.
Fisting route. See, I changed the webpage. And in this route, you sneak up behind this guy and do him the dirty. Then entice these 2 swinular bastards to be mauled to death by members of Organization 13. Repeat 50 times. On a complicateder level, every single weapon in the game has 2 different modes with 2 different movesets. And transforming between them gives you special attacks in addition to running attacks.
That's so cool.
On a theoretical physicist level, your character memorizes squiggly lines and fridge art created by gods for passive bonuses that work regardless.
That's a good way to describe rooms.
Favorites are more money, and more money they stack. Finally, on a meta-theoretical chiropractic level, every weapon is customizable with different gem slots that give differing effects for your attacks. And there are different types that can literally change all of the stats of the weapon, like making a fucking spear do more damage based off of intelligence. There's definitely more and a lot of strategy.
Wait, that's actually so funny! What? What? You can customize a weapon that hardcore? That's insane. I am the smartest spear user. Yes. It scales off my intellect. I am just shanking bitches on the yard with my extreme pokes of wisdom and knowledge.
But I assume that you know how to level up in a fucking video game. But with all this combat prowess, you may be wondering, Max0r, who are these crusty abominations that you're fighting on screen? Well, to learn that much, we're going to have to delve into the lore. So buckle your britches, bitches, because this shit is wild. If I say something questionable, just accept it as fact. I can be trusted. 60 years ago, 20 rowdy college students took their education extremely seriously because they found Woman Cthulhu. She was just in a portable toilet downstairs. Also, because they were bored, they beat to death a god of the sea with some bats, but that's a story for later. It turns out the
Again, watching Vatty's video for Bloodborne and then watching this, I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's right. Like, that's what I love, is that, like, dude, it's got it. It's got it.
The entire world is ruled and created by a race of elder gods beyond human comprehension called the Great Ones. Figuring this out, they got Cthulhu's blood and were like, we can make a religion out of this. Because it turns out the blood can heal people, which is really good due to all the knife crime. So everyone starts drinking it a little too much and they get the money to build 36 cathedrals. But it turns out eventually the blood turns you into a werewolf. So the church hires a guy named German to go fight the beasts with an organization known as the Hunters, but there's too many beasts, so he gives up. Now the knife crime is increased even more, and German sort of goes insane and creates a life-size doll of one of his students who is an 8-foot-tall Amazonian. He also canonically has sex with it. The moon god, for some reason...
Is that true? Because I didn't know that part of the Vatty video. Is that true? Technically, yes, it's true. It encourages the players to have coitus with it. She's not sentient, is she? Is it? Does she enjoy getting fucked? Yes and no. Yep, I don't know. Maybe. Unclear. Huh. She is a porcelain doll. Oh, wait a second. He fucking a porcelain doll? Jesus Christ, just put your dick against the hardest fucking object, why don't you? God damn. Now I'm more questioning his decisions. Like, I was like, I was wondering if, like, oh, does she have, like, a conscious state of being? Like, does she know she's being fucked? Is she into it? But now I'm more like, how is he into it? Motherfucker, make some cushioning for your cock. What? Porcelain? Oh, hell no. Ugh, what are you doing? No! Oh, what are you doing?
Kind of takes notice of this and is like, all right, listen, I'm building a suicide squad. I will bring your waifu to laifu if you serve me for all time as my slave. German reasonably thinks that this is a great deal and is imprisoned in a dream. This is where you come in. See, the moon god assassinates baby gods for fun, but needs a hitman to go into the real world to do it since he's confined to the 9th dimension. So in addition to fighting all manner of giant beasts and uncovering dark secrets, the true aim of this game is to commit infanticide. There's enough bullshit here to fill tax legislation, so comment your own poorly summarized Bloodborne lore below. And for the rest of us non-chills, we have ample time to explain more of what makes this game great. Yes, you have been jinked. I am talking about bosses before I talk.
Okay, there is one thing I do want to bring up. There was people in the Vatty video comment section for when I was reacting to that who were like, this is not accurate lore. The real accurate lore are these other channels. And I'm just wondering, are y'all good in the Bloodborne community? What's up with y'all? What's going on with that? Is that like, what's happening? We've never been good. Okay. Fair enough. In a Max0r video? No. I did a Vatty video reaction to his Bloodborne video about lore, and people were like, "Don't watch this one. There's other creators who have more accurate lore. This one's not accurate." Vatty video is good lore, is a lore god. Yeah, I'm just I really liked the video. The video was great. I'm just, because then Max0r said here that everybody got their own fanfiction version of how the fuck the lore works. Is that what's happening with y'all in the other comment section? Do y'all got your own fanfictions about the lore? Is that why, everybody? Nah, yes, and no. Yes. Never. Yes, certainly. You know what? Yeah. All right, fair enough. I got that. Oh, he has deviations for personal opinion. Oh, I fuck with that. That's fine. Okay. Oh, like some people like the direct reading of lore. And since he has interpretations, people who have differing interpretations don't see it as accurate. Okay, well, interpretations are just, they're not, that's fine. Oh, well, I learned a lot today. Okay, because I was wondering about that from the comment section. Because I want to look at more Vatty videos, but I was like, I don't want to. But if you guys are telling me not to, I was confused. But no, okay, that's cool then. Okay, cool. We'll keep looking at those then.
Talk about the levels. In most video games, bosses cap off areas, but in Bloodborne, areas are preambles to a dick flattening, and nothing will challenge your skill in quite the same way. Except for the goddamn Witches of Hemwick, who were placed into the game for disability access. You can probably tell that Bloodborne is a hard game. We don't even know if a games journalist can beat it. But it's hard in a fair way that tests your skills and reaction time, except for
game journalist mode! Gotta put them in all your games!
What sets this game's bosses apart is that the challenge makes it feel like you're a really small dude jabbing a toothpick into a building-sized deer demon. So yeah, I would be impressed if you killed that. But not only that, unlike Dark Souls, every single boss reacts meaningfully to how you attack them. Large beasts can have their bones cracked and their tendons wound into a slinky. Boys can be knocked
slinky.
over and have their marrow sicked. And human enemies will wince and recoil when they see your height difference. As well, every boss punishes you for toughness and actively discourages backpedaling with their forward momentum, causing every fight to be an elaborate dance with a thrilling back and forth. Unless you're fighting
God, it looks so
Braun,
cool.
who's the really hungry caterpillar if you had a legion of arachnid slaves who threw their heads underground like ostriches.
I love the very hungry caterpillar!
While we're on the subject of bad bosses, this motherfucker, let me tell you something. The humanoid bosses in this game are paradoxically the most dangerous. But Mikolash is a psychological hazard that will hurt you personally. This boss literally feels like cut content because the fight centers around chasing him, and his direction depends on RNG, making him an actual speedrun killer. When you corner him, he uses one attack, and then you chase him again, where he gains the power to insta-kill you. God forbid you're hit by it, because that's 10 minutes gone. Here's a
I'd be so pissed the fuck off. I'd be so pissed. Why are you running? Why are you running? Bitch! I'd be so mad. Oh, I'd be so mad. Like, oh.
Save up 10 poison knives and steal from your family if you must. Then wait until he jumps down this hole, poison him repeatedly, and watch him spaz the fuck out until death. You will thank me. But as a result of everyone who isn't legal shit, conquering a boss in this game is absolutely rewarding on a level that other games cannot match. It's only because the odds are stacked against you in ways that don't feel bullshit most of the time.
I'm planning on reacting to cards at some point.
Reason I play, and their fights are undoubtedly the best I've ever done at video games. But that isn't most of the time in the game. In fact, a lot of your time is spent exploring the areas, so let's get into that. Lesson 1 in area design. Where the fuck am I going? Exploration is the name of the game.
Garfield cart? Wait, for what?
That conquering them is the main reason I play, and their fights are undoubtedly the best
Was it
I've
back
ever
here?
done at video games. But that isn't most of the time in the game. In fact, a lot of your time is spent exploring the area that other games cannot match.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Garfield cart?
The odds are stacked against you in ways that don't feel bullshit most of the time.
Oh. Almost there.
Anyone who isn't Miko shit, conquering a boss in this game is absolutely rewarding on a level that other games.
Oh, Garfield cart, Garfield cart. Oh, shit. I thought it was cars. There's two different Garfield. There's two Garfield carts? Hold on, chat. Hold on. If this video hits 5K likes, I will make my friends and I play Garfield kart for a YouTube video. Hold on. Hold on. I needed to learn firsthand.
Video games. But that isn't most of the time in the game. In fact, a lot of your time is spent exploring the areas, so let's get into that. Lesson 1 in area design. Where the fuck am I going? Exploration is the name of the game, except it's called Bloodborne. Only this time, you don't bring smallpox and kill 20 million people. We're looking at a solid 10 this time, because the main enemies in this game are British townspeople. It's how the developers made sure you didn't feel bad about killing them. The plague of beasts infecting London causes people's teeth to become beast-like, makes you aggressive at night, and slurs your speech. So it's up to you to stop them, as a hunter should. If you don't look up where to go next in this game, good fucking luck. People get lost all the time. Get used to it. This game doesn't do exploration like, oh, look, there's...
I've worked in the UK before. It's not fucking wrong.
Loot in this hallway, my dopamine's gonna go crazy. That's baby shit. This is Daddy's exploration, where you find a route back to a place you were in 10 hours ago. And I hope you weren't expecting a mini-map, or any map. Every single hallway is a rabbit hole of discovery, and your hand isn't held. Case in point, Cathedral Ward is a level, but feels like a hub area because it connects to fucking everything. And where you start the game is in the middle of a loop-de-loop involving torturous experimentation. Just look at the fucking map of this game, everything overlaps. And yes, there is a level called Nightmare Lecture Hall, and no, it does not connect to the Altar of Despair, although you would think that. Fittingly, the lecture hall is the smallest area.
Altar of Despair is what I call my mind. I'm 13 and I'm edgy! You chose to watch this video. Don't judge me.
And more fittingly, 90% of the combat is graduates throwing cum at you. The game also has 2 completely secret areas that you would not find without the internet. I would tell you how to enter, but I don't want to do calculus. And what you get at the end? Upper Cathedral Ward is legitimately a horror area in a game loved for its combat, because it's filled with enemies who act out my greatest fears. Stealing currency permanently gives me fucking chills every time I talk about it. Castle
my money!
That From Software hates us all, since the best area in the entire game requires you to go to the Field of Corn in Ohio and trek down Waldo. But it's worth it to invade the house of that parasitic queen dwelling in her demented castle, so that she may feel the wrath of the—
Oh, hilarious! 3 years ago. I deadass thought that he made it after she died, and I was like, pop off. Pop off, King. Oh no, he made it beforehand. Still, pop off, King. Pop off.
the proletariat. All we have to do is kill Prince Philip, who guards the way as an eternal lich. On top of this, there are numerous NPCs and NPC quest lines spread throughout the world, all with a series of interactions with each other depending on location and timing. For instance, you could direct nuns, prostitutes, and Prince Philip to a church run by a lonely black slug, then perform enough blood transfusions to send the nun into a yandere rage. Or you could direct them to the nice woman who runs the clinic down the street, who only wants to help and assist others. Then take a strange path through the forest and into her clinic to discover that she has been experimenting on all of them in order to create the Blue Man Group. And if you want, you can take the umbilical cord away from her schizophrenic ass and eat it. The sky's the limit.
Oh, yum, yum, yum.
And you know what my
Did you guys see the pictures of the sandwich baby? You guys saw the pictures of the sandwich baby. What did he Google to find that? And does he want that on his search history? They gotta be keeping an eye on him, right? He must look up some crazy shit. Sandwiches are awesome. I feel like you're missing the essential part of what the sandwich was.
favorite quest line is the one where you descend into literal hell, complete with eternal punishment, insanity, and femboy fishing, the scariest of them all. I'm of course talking about the DLC.
Femboy fishing?
DLC for this game. And if you play through Bloodborne, you have to play through the DLC. I'm not giving you a fucking choice. So to learn why, you should play the best expansion ever made since Spore Galactic Adventures. Come with me on this amazing journey to find the secrets of the Bloodborne, the Old Hunters.
Part 3!
I want you to imagine hell. Now imagine hell written by H.P. Lovecraft. It will be filled with squids, immigrants, and air conditioning. This DLC has none of that except the squids.
Sorry. Sorry. just paused to laugh. I'm not even saying any commentary. That just got my ass too hard. I have nothing of value to add here. I'm just laughing. Sorry. We're good.
For you see, those college kids from the lore section of the video were built fucking different. They experimented on an entire village and possibly beat up a god of the sea so fucking bad that her consciousness in the 9th dimension died. We spent an entire game killing an infant, and these guys somehow killed the MILF god. But anyways, in the process of this, it cursed them and all of the hunters to be doomed to a hell upon death, where they will hunt in a bloodthirsty rage without rest for all eternity, indistinguishable from a political subreddit. Case in point, this is Ludwig. He's the first boss of the DLC and has a reputation for causing refunds. Not because he's bad, but because he's too good for you. The first phase is as difficult for me as realizing that Golden Corral is not actually a real corral. But like every restaurant except Golden Corral, the rewards at the end are delicious because his second phase is even harder. Now, I'm not going to lie, this DLC has 4 bosses and 3 of the hardest bosses I have ever fought in any video game ever. So your ass will be clenched the entire time, and the fact that he's the 3rd hardest is fucking concerning. Some people tell me, Max0r, your videos have gotten me through tough times because they made me laugh. But like this boss, you are the one who is truly overcoming these challenges. And I believe in your ability to beat both of them. King, Boss Lightning Round. The DLC has...
Oh, thanks. Too bad I can't fucking play it on PC. So I have to live vicariously through fucking videos. Thank you, King, for making the video. Thank you. I want to play Bloodborne so bad. Thank you, Max0r. Which, by the way, link to the description below is Max0r's original video. Please go support that. Go like it. Go leave a comment. It's 3 years old, but you can still support it. It can still get a resurgence in the algorithm. So go support that. While you're here, support me too. Hit that like button. Subscribe. Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
Many such cases of amazing bosses, including Lady Maria, who is the basis for German's extremely creepy 8-foot-tall doll fetish, but we'll get back to that, and Orphan of Cause, who was born from the literal dead body of a god. If you enjoy the sensation of being beaten to death with a sharpened placenta, this is the fight for you. And as with everything that From Software makes, they threw in a boss that they didn't really finish and called it a day. I'm of course talking about Lawrence, which is a very mundane name for a fire monster locked in hell. Take my advice, don't fight Lawrence, you only lose a part of yourself, since this boss fights you by dropping off his own legs and then violently vomiting and shooting lava everywhere. I've always wanted my game about dynamic dodging and elaborate fencing to be reduced to shitty area denial like it's Team Fortress 2. To wrap things up, the music of this game is pretty good, but the DLC music is fucking insane. I don't know what it is about Japanese composers being able to make better symphonies than the continent that invented them, but just take a listen. Holy shit, I'm in alive right now. Have you ever thought, as I do, that this game is just too good? That you would really rather be playing a shittier version of the game, such as the engagement of the Chalice dungeons? I, of course, jest. They're fine, probably, except for half of them, because Bloodborne has an optional system of infinite dungeon generation for all of those who wish to break free of the shackles of good level design. Let's talk about how, and more importantly, why.
Yeah, why? Would they do that?
First of all, Bloodborne has a system of dungeons that everyone shares and dungeons that are random. For my footage, I played the shared dungeons that you can be guaranteed the pain you witness on screen is mandatory. One of the biggest strengths of Bloodborne is the ability to have interesting and challenging enemy encounters gently rubbed with the blood-stained hands of Miyazaki. But I don't think I have to explain to you how randomizing almost every encounter in the game could be imbalanced. But fortunately, most enemies you encounter in the Chalice dungeons are new to spare British people your wrath. So you instead fight SCP-96. But why are you here? SCP-96! The entire city of London is built on a Celtic burial ground, an ancient civilization called the Tumerians who discovered the healing powers of blood and then mysteriously disappeared. Wow, I wonder what happened. This is all cool in theory, but the reality is that most of the time you fight the same 4 enemies, and the first 3 dungeons...
I'm sorry, I saw a voluptuous rat screaming to the beck and calls of death. I recognized real brethren. Alright, that's all.
By Simon Says, my cat literally wouldn't notice. The Chalice dungeons are so forgotten that the developers
a little tummy on him.
Joke enemies into the game. My favorite is the man who aggressively rolls at you stark naked wearing only his Nikes. The uniqueness also extends to the bosses, and they're actually pretty cool, like Tumerian Descendant, Watchdog, and the 3 overweight men. Do you remember?
I'm sorry. All I can think of is motherfuckers who keep their socks on during sex. That's what they look like. Butt-ass naked. They're schlonging around with the socks on. My tootsies get cold. They look like that!
For that basic enemy from like 2 levels, he is the boss now. Rom, he is the boss again. The only thing stopping me from throwing myself into a wood chipper is the fact that Mikolash isn't back. And if you're going to have replays, you probably want to make sure that they're actually good. In fact, the bosses are so fucking imbalanced that the Watchdog fight is primarily comprised of instant kill attacks. I beat Sekiro backwards on a keyboard, and this shit is too fucking much. Now, normally that would be all, but the dungeons go deeper. What we have discussed so far is merely the surface, and there is a much darker syndicate lying just below. These places you must never venture, for they
what are
the
they?
Save edit dungeons, whereby
Save
through wizardry, the community are able to conjure up deep, dark chasms and share them with the rest of the world. Of these secrets, there are only 2 that I shall reveal to you, and the first is the Cum Dungeon. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Shut
clearly.
up!
The Cum Dungeon is the name of the most optimal farming route ever conceived by the fucking
All right, boys. We know where we belong. Let's open up Twitch. Where's Amaranth? All right. Now it's time for the Cum Dungeon.
cricket people who do this shit, whereby the player...
By the way, I'm not an Amaranth hater. She's hot as fuck. Slay Queen. That's all.
enters the chasm of place name and watches as a high-level boss yeets itself off a cliff. Murgo's pig fisting route can give you 10,000 echoes. This gives 83,000. And if you thought that that sorcery was bad, it gets much worse. You can insert anything from the game files by save editing a Chalice dungeon. Anything. This includes cut and unfinished content from the game that the developers forgot to...
Sorry, tee up. Who's Amaranth? Amaranth is the OG hot tub streamer who started the hot tub meta. She would sit on a massive banana and write people's names and eventually a pickle. And she'd wear a bikini in a little pool. Yeah. Based Giga Chad behavior. But it's also funny as fuck because her whole chat is just coomers. And that's where they belong. So other people copied her? Yeah, other people copied her. She's the one who initiated the meta for hot tub meta. Yep. Big Care with braces? No, that is Belle Delphine. Belle Delphine sold bathwater. We're talking about Twitch live streaming. For Twitch live streaming, hot tub meta was Amaranth. And then, was it something Fox? Started doing it after Amaranth. And then they started competing. And then that escalated to the ASMR stuff while being in the hot tub. Then that escalated again. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Sweetie Fox? Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember who it was. Yeah. Me personally, I ain't a hater. The only thing that bothers me is like, man, the ad poc... Indie Fox! You got it. It's Indie Fox. Thank you. Goba got it. Goba the real gooner in chat. Bless up. God damn. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. I don't really give a fuck. There's a market for it. People want to watch it. I don't really care. That's all there is to it.
The game files by save editing a Chalice dungeon. Anything. This includes cut and unfinished content from the game that the developers forgot to delete. Like this doggo who attacks you with lightning. Overall, the Chalice dungeons are bad. They're not actually very fun to play, and yet I love them. Everyone loves them because they allow us to further explore a long-dead game with the help of a passionate community. Now, before we sign off, I know what you're thinking. Max0r, what about the multiplayer? That I would love to talk about with all the footage I have, but it's dead. If this game releases on PC, PC and it better. Then I will talk about the multiplayer extensively. And finally, this game and this video would not be complete if I didn't talk about the hunter's dream. After all the combat, the battles, and the difficulty of this game, it's nice to have a place to recharge, purchase items, upgrade weapons, and watch as it violently burns to the ground. This is where you'll find German slowly wasting away as his soul remains captive for an eternity, and his doll waifu that he sold his existence to be with. She talks to you, levels you up, offers you advice, and German says you're allowed to have sex with her. When I fell down and felt defeated, she was there to pick me up. When I
Does that mean that motherfucker's a cuck? You wanna fuck my girl? Can I watch? My name's Sneeko. Nice to meet you.
emoted at her randomly, she pretended to be impressed, and she was there, graciously standing in the background of this one shot that I took of myself. She is our waifu now, and the game is perfect and complete because she is in it. Now excuse me as I engage in the supplementary lore material. Should you get the game? Yes, absolutely. I am biased. In fact, you should physically enter Sony's headquarters and demand that it be ported to PC. I will be right there with you. Tasers will not stop me. I would like to thank the corrupt hackers and politicians into this channel directly from the taxpayer. If you would like to contribute your funds accrued through extensive federal government corruption, you can head to my Patreon to learn more. I would also like to thank the kind denizens of the Mythbusters Smut Discord who sent me half the memes
Mythbusters Smut?
And as always, thank you for watching.
Thank you for making the video, Max0r. As per usual, video is linked in the description below. Watch the original, support the original. Go leave a like and a comment on that. And while you're here, subscribe to me too. I upload daily. I play video games. I do variety reactions. This is a genuinely pure variety channel. I literally do whatever the fuck I want to. The only thing that's guaranteed is that I upload every day. So if you're bored on the internet, want to see some random stuff, stick around. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Bye.